Hello everyone. Today's lecture is on fats and lipids. Fats has always been positioned as a dietary enemy. This is not the truth. They are not the enemy. They are an important part of the healthy diet. So they are the energy nutrients. So we can broadly divide our diet into two types, macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro means large. A type of food that is required in large amount in the diet are called as macronutrients. Micro means which are required in a small amount in the diet. So there are three macronutrients, carbs, protein and fats. They all have their own specific roles and functions. So to get started, let's take a look at the fats. Fats constitute approximately 30% of the energy in the human diet. They contain more energy than the carbohydrates, so that is around 2.25 times more energy than carbohydrates. Now why they give more energy than carbs? Because of the presence of more carbon atoms. This is a very important point. So 1 gram of fat gives you around 9 kilocalories, and fat is made up of fatty acid and glycerol. And one more thing, generally fats are oily, greasy substances. They can't mix with the water. They give satiety, and they also increases the flavor of any food item, and also increases the palatability of the foods. So in general, most palatable foods are those that are both energy dense and high in fat content. So sometimes there is a misconception, like we used to think like energy density of any product is due to the fats or the carbs. No, they are not the only determinant factors for the energy density. Energy density of food is largely determined by the water and the fat content. So we'll discuss about this energy density in the later units. So just remember one thing, besides your macronutrients, water also plays an important role. So now let's discuss about the balanced diet. A balanced diet is the one which helps us to maintain our overall health or to improve our health. So it should provide around 50 to 60% of total calories from carbs, 10 to 15% from proteins, 20 to 30% from both visible and invisible fats. So now let's discuss about this visible and invisible. So visible fats, visible is which is directly visible with the eye. You can easily understand these terms. So visible fats, there are added fats and oils. Example could be your cooking oil, butter, vanaspati. Now comes to the invisible fat. Invisible fat which is naturally present in the plants and animals. For example, your egg yolk which contains cholesterol, milk, avocado. So avocado is a very important thing. Why? Because it's the only fruit that contains healthy fats, MUFA, monounsaturated fatty acid. We'll discuss about this MUFA in the later units. So it's the only fruit. Just remember this thing. So they are the very satiating and good for the weight loss. One very most important thing about this avocado is this, that they contain less sugar, means having low glycemic index. So they will not raise the blood sugar level much. So they can be given to the obese person and to the diabetics, and they provide around 70 to 80 calories per 50 grams. Now come to the this point, like dietary fat is stored in the adipose tissue or the fat cell located in depots on the human frame. The ability to store fat enables humans to survive without food for weeks and sometimes for months. So adipose tissue is basically made up of adipocytes. Adipocyte is another name for the fat cell. So basically they are the loose connective tissue, and the adipose tissue is usually located beneath the skin and also around your internal organs. Now the very important point, like some fat deposits are not used effectively during a fast and is classified as saturated fat. Usually fasting is associated with the fat loss or the weight loss. So when you start fasting, initial loss of weight, which happens not due to the fat loss, it's due to the fluid loss. and even during the fasting your metabolism slows down. So they don't have much impact on the saturated fat. So saturated fat जो है, they pad hold the body organ and nerves in the position and protects them against the traumatic energy and the shock. Fat pads on the palm and buttock, they protect them from the mechanical pressure. Humans also have a subcutaneous layer of fat that insulate the body and that also protect them from the temperature variations. Now, dietary fat is also essential for digestion, absorption and transport of fat-soluble vitamins. Usually we forget this term phytochemicals. So just remember both the terms. Like they are essential for the digestion of fat-soluble vitamins and also for the phytochemicals such as carotenoids and lycopene. Carotenoids are in the carrots and lycopenes are present in the tomatoes. Fats also conveys important textural properties to foods such as ice cream. That smoothness in the ice cream is due to the presence of fat. Then tenderness in the baked good is due to the fat, because fat has an impact on the strengths of the gluten. Dietary fats facilitate the digestive process. Thank you everyone. Next lecture will be on classification of fats. So do like, share and subscribe these videos.